What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. Finally I happened to find the ID of this particular succulent. I always thought that it is a Pachyphytum. Yes, one of the parent is Pachyphytum. This is called as Pachyveria. I'll put up the entire name on the screen. It's also called as the crown jewel. Now you can see the succulent is all good, but the blooms are all infested with mealybugs. So I will be cutting them off. You can see this is the only place where I tend to see mealybugs, thankfully, which I can easily take care. If I cut off them at an early stage, then I don't see them again. But both of the bloom stalks were affected with mealybugs. This is the only time that I see mealybugs. Other than that, the succulent is all good, and you can see it looks absolutely stunning. I think this particular succulent is at least I think 5 or 6 years old. I don't remember. Now the pot does look very large, but half of it is covered with leca beneath, even though the pot looks really large. Now I also want to tell you that this is how usually the succulents tend to grow in nature. Not this particular variety, because this is a hybrid between Pachyphytum and Echeveria. That's why you get the name as Pachyveria. So ideally in nature you will not find very attractive succulents. A lot of people think that in nature as well we find very attractive succulents. That's not the case, because majority of the beautiful attractive succulents that we get with really intense strong colors are all hybrids. Because if these succulents were present out in nature, they wouldn't have survived. Either they would have been eaten, or they would have been destroyed, or they would have been poached. There are few attractive succulents like Echeveria chuainensis. I feel that is one of the most attractive natural looking succulents, but other than that, most of these succulents are very plain Jane. They are not very attractive, but they tend to grow somewhat like this, because most of these succulents, they tend to grow in the crevices or cracks of big boulders or rocks, because that's where there will be a little bit of soil, and then they start to grow like this outwards in search of light. Now it does look like the succulent is stretching, but it is not. It is just a mature specimen. The lower leaves are fallen off. There won't be any new growth on this. There will be pups over here, but nothing on this portion. So this is how they tend to grow in nature as well. Not this particular variety. I will once again mention that this is a hybrid variety. So a lot of times the succulents in nature are going to be covered with a lot of dry leaves, because of course nobody tends to clean them. So there will be a lot of dry leaves on the lower portion, and then there is going to be the mother succulent that is going to be peeking out in between those rocks. So a lot of people have this misconception that every succulent tends to look very attractive out in nature, but most of the succulents have very subtle colors, and they kind of blend, or they kind of camouflage with the surroundings. So it becomes very difficult for predators or for anyone to go and pick them up. They kind of infused, or kind of completely camouflaged with the surrounding. That's how it is in nature. If you stand out in nature, you are either going to be eaten up, or you are going to be killed. So most of the things in the forest or in wild are usually camouflaged with the existing surrounding. So yes, I have finally found the name. It is Pachyveria. I always thought it is Pachyphytum, looking at the shape of the leaves. A little bit of tint that gives you an indication that it has a Pachyphytum parent, because of those chubby leaves and that kind of pink color on them. So it's an absolutely stunning, beautiful variety of Pachyveria. Whoever created that hybrid. I have few more of them. They are doing quite well. Very easy, I would say. Non-fussy, very easy to grow. It just needs that basic requirements, which is a good amount of morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours, or for 6 to 7 hours. These are not frost hardy. only water when the soil is completely bone dry. You can wait for a couple of days because you can see the leaves are quite chubby. And also notice that as the plant starts to grow, the older leaves will lose the farina. Only the new growth has farina. None of the farina was disturbed on this plant, but I noticed as and when the leaves are getting mature, they have lost the farina. You can see it's more bland, but the front portion, which is the growing area, the crown area, is completely filled with a huge amount of farina, which looks absolutely stunning. So hats off to all those people who tend to create such beautiful hybrids that we are able to grow such colorful succulents. Almost, I would say, around 80 to 90% of the succulents that we have in our garden are all hybrids, because most of us would not prefer to have the natural species of succulents, because they are not very attractive, or they do not have very strong anthocyanin stress colors in them. So that's about it, guys. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.